Android makes it easy to incorporate translation into your app. Here I've made a Translate app, and I'm going to make it display text that translates automatically to our language of interest. In this case, we'll include translations to Spanish and French. So I've started with the main activity with an empty view. So the first thing we need to do is to create some text by creating a text view. And we can do that in our activity main XML file. Right now we just have our empty layout, so let's create a text view that appears at the top of our screen and displays the text, Hello World. Our text view automatically gives us our layout width and layout height. And since I want our text to appear at the top of our screen, I'm going to give these dimensions that take up the whole screen, which is going to be wrap content for both. Great, now I need one more parameter. That's the text that this will contain. So I say Android text equals, now I can put any string I want to be displayed. And I'll put Hello World. Now let's see if this worked. It did. We see it appear right at the top of our screen. And actually, let me change the text size so that it's bigger. Okay, I changed the text size to be 24dp, so that should be bigger. Great, now it's a little more visible. And we can change this text to anything we want just by changing the wording in our text view. So instead of Hello World, I could say goodbye, and then save it, and it'll change. But to display this in different languages, we want to be able to load this string from a file and change it based on the language we want. So we don't actually want to hard code it in our view like we've done. Instead, for any text we use, we'll want to reference it from our file that contains all our strings, our strings XML file. Our strings are contained in our values folder, so let's take a look at what's in there. We already have a string called app name that says translate, that's the title of our app, and one for settings as well. These were automatically generated, so now let's make our own. So in our strings XML file, let's create a string with the variable name Hello World. Then this string tag will include the word or phrase we want to display. So let's just write in Hello World here. Then we'll want to reference this variable when we go to display our text view. And to reference it, we'll be using the variable name hello_world. So let's go back to our text view in activity main and delete our hard-coded text. To reference our string variable in strings.xml, we have to say @string, and you'll see some pop up, all the strings that are stored in our strings XML file. So we want to say @string, then slash the variable name we want, which in this case is our Hello World string. Now let's save this and see what's displayed. Hello World. It worked. And loading the string instead of writing it in directly makes it easy for us to include different languages. For example, to include the string in Spanish, we just have to open a translation editor. Up here we click on the little world icon and edit translations. We see all our string variables, action settings, app name, and Hello World, which I'm going to focus on. So to add a Spanish translation to Hello World, I just click on this world icon again, and you can see all of these options for different languages. So I'll scroll all the way down to Spanish, and when I click it, these boxes appear under a Spanish option. Our app name will stay the same unless we change it, and we have to include translations for settings and Hello World and any other strings we added. So let's include a Spanish translation for Hello World. We go down here to the translation box and type in our translation. Instead of Hello World, we'll have Hola Mundo. And let's add one more type of translation. Let's add a French one. So again, we go to our world icon and scroll down to French. And we have another column appearing for the French language. And I'll write my translation. Instead of Hello World, I'll have Bonjour tout le monde. And so all these different translations are now assigned to our same string variable, hello_world. Then for any devices that are in Spanish or French, our app will check in here for any Spanish resources or French resources, and if it can't find any, it will go back to our default value. And it's the same process for any other languages you want to add. So localization can be as simple as that.